Hello, thank you for joining me again. This is IJJ, well, AJ Muller's IJJ tarot cards. Okay, I've had this pack for a number of years as well. As you can see, the box is a little bit battered. These are from Switzerland, published by US Game Systems. And it's quite a sturdy box actually, so it lasted me a number of years, as I say. You've got a small leaflet giving you some of the details. This is falling apart. And that's what you get with the information. So-called instructions. Not much there. So if you're new to the tarot, you wouldn't get much detail from that at all. Again, 78 cards, a bit smaller than your normal tarot cards, very easy for me to hold, and I've got small hands. Not embossed, so you could colour them if you wanted to. They do have a small border around the cards on all of them, so if you wanted to cut around that, you'd be able to. And as I say, these are actually from Switzerland. They're a Swiss deck. So you'll notice it's in French at the bottom. I'm just going to run through the major arcana for you. The designs are quite similar to other decks, but you'll notice there's no dog on the full card. No dog, no butterfly. He's got the wand, but he hasn't got the knapsack with his goodies in. So the knapsack of the Fool contains all these goodies that the magician is using. But there as well, you'll see the magician has a skirt on, so you don't know whether it's male or female. Could be either, which is the same as the Fool. You don't know whether that's male or female. You notice on there as well, he doesn't have the symbol of affinity that is on most desks. The High Priestess is Juno, after the Roman goddess. I think most of the images in here are the normal names. And instead of the Hierophant or the High Priest, we've got Jupiter, again after Roman god. That's the Jupiter or Zeus in the Greek pantheon, the father of the gods. Number 8 is Justice instead of Strength. In fact, I think it might have been A.E. Waite or the Golden Dawn who swapped the cards of Strength and Justice around. Right, Hermit. So here we have Strength. You notice in that one, that's a man, Hercules. Normally in most other decks, it's often a woman, isn't it, with the lion rather than a man. But here we have the vision of Hercules killing the lion. A hangman. And death. Temperance. The devil. tower. Now, I can't remember a lot of my French from school, so I'm only guessing there. Is that the house of God? La Maison de Dieu. I'm thinking the house of God, possibly. Star. The moon. The sun. Judgment. And the world. They're quite similar images to a lot of other cards you see, although not as much detail, I don't think. The colours do stand out on these cards. They're quite nice colours that they've used there, quite rich colours. Then we come to the wands, which is the first of the minor arcana suits. And you've got the Ace of Wands there. Now, I don't actually read with this deck. It's not one that I actually like, to be honest with you. It's not, definitely not one of my favourites, but it's part of my collection. As you can see on this minor arcana suit, you've just got the wands, the batons, no picture. They're very much like a pack of playing cards, isn't it? I'll just go through these quickly. It's only when we come to the court cards that you've actually got some detail and some pictures on there. So there we have that one. That's the Valet of Wands. And the Chevalier, the Knight. The Queen. And the King. So that's your batons. Then we come to the swords. There's the Ace. And same again on these. You just about tell the difference between the swords and the batons. I'm sure you don't want me to spend a lot of time on these. Some people prefer the decks without any detail on the minor arcana. I have heard some people say that they do prefer reading with these types of decks. Now here's the court cards, so you've got a bit more information, a bit more detail on these ones. I've got to admit, I prefer the decks with some detail on them. And the pictures, I just feel that it gives you a lot more to look at, it gives you a lot more information, and I find when I'm looking at the pictures there's always something that stands out, something that's applicable to the person that you're reading for will actually stand out and make itself seen to you. There you go, you got a little bit of an ad there as well, an advert. This is the cups water, and as you can see, same again, no details or very little. Until we get down to the court cards. And I think you can see as well, these are quite an old deck, probably designed from the Middle Ages. It doesn't give you any information on the back of the box. So now we come to the pentacles, or discs, and again on the two we've got another nice advert, Fabrique de Carte Chafus. And I've noticed that on a couple of the older decks that I have in my collection, they do tend to put some kind of advertisement on some of the cards. Instead of giving you separate cards like on most of the newer decks, you've got a separate card with an advertisement on it, but no, not on these older ones. Although saying that, I lie, I've just spotted at the back, there you go, 2 advertisements. Okay, so US Game Systems. So if they've got these in the deck, I'm not really sure why they need to put it on some of the cards as well. That seems to be a little bit daft, but anyway, seems to spoil the deck. So as I say, that is A.G. Muller's deck, IJJ Swiss. Published by US Game System. With not a very good instruction leaflet. I think this would actually be quite a difficult deck to start off with if you were new to tarot. It's not one that I would recommend for a beginner. But even so, you know, if you're attracted to this deck, it may talk to you, it may be right for you. So, you know, don't take my word for it. You have to go for what's right for you. But if I was recommending any decks for a beginner, if somebody had asked me to recommend a deck, this is not one that I would recommend. But that's just me. Okay, so if you'd like to see any more, click subscribe at the bottom. Leave me a comment if you want. Click like if you like the video. And yeah, click subscribe if you want to see some more of my decks. And then it'll let you know when I've published another one. But thank you for watching and take care. See you soon. Bye.